Hello, friends. Today I have decided that I would try streaming at a slightly different time because I never get to really stream in the mornings, and I understand that there's have differing time zone from me. So I wanted to see if any of you can have the opportunity of finally catching me while I'm live. So, yeah, I hope that this works out because I absolutely did not have a plan for this. So, let's just hope for the best. Hey, Garuda. So I have had this thought for a while, and that is the stuff that I consider to be um, strange, given that the internet is something that's so popular, something that a lot of people can access now, and it has become a very popular medium of communication and all that. And there are some behaviors that I have noticed, and that is what I want to talk about. And the first one that I want to start off with, because I find the most hilarious, is the guys who, for some reason, only approach females. Like, there's some people out there who I go into their Twitter pages, like the complete stalker I am, and all I see are some profiles, and all they're doing is going after female celebrities, just females. And in YouTube, for example, if you go to a female video creator, there's all these comments, and they tend to be like so like you know that they're trolling, but it's like the creative process that engulfs this person when it comes to describing how they feel about somebody, giving a compliment in a really weird way. I guess we should call it, it's creative and everything. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you like that? If you wouldn't say that to someone in real life, why would you go behind the anonymity of the internet and say it? But then again, that, I guess we can see it as its own beautiful thing because it's something that someone otherwise wouldn't have dared to do. There exists a tool in which you can interact with someone and tell them things. But I guess it really depends on how you want to look at it. But at the same time, I just find it hilarious because it's not something that I do. Like, I don't go to male celebrities or male pages or something and I'm like, you know what? Oh my goodness, you're like so hot and this and that. I would just like take you to this really dark alley and just whatever, probably because as a female, that's just not how I look at the world. Like, yes, I have my hormones and I have my urges and stuff, but they manifest a little differently. But some guys out there, they're just extra, and at least it's really entertaining. But at the same time, if it were happening to me to the extent that it happens to really popular people out there, it would be a little overwhelming, but at the same time, I'm like, I would see it as entertaining because I have had people leave me weird comments on my page, and what I do is I just laugh about it. But it's just weird. This internet, I wonder if it is the catalyst of the stuff emerging, or if people have always been this way, but they just didn't have a way to show it. And then I personally, the example that I have of me being an absolute weirdo and stalker and everything was back in like 2011 or so. I looked at Emily of Evanescence Twitter page, and I have always been so obsessed with her music that I explored her entire Twitter. She had like, I hope it was 2011, but it was one of those years. She had like 1,000 ish tweets. I went through every single one of those tweets only because through Twitter, she was posting music that we had never heard before, we had never seen before, and she was giving us the way to find it. And I have loved that lady's musical works. So I was just an absolute stalker. I looked at anything that had pictures, anything that had links, anything, just every single tweet. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I like this? And then recently I was trying to find some other celebrity. I forget her name, but she had a picture of some actor that I really liked, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that that is a picture that is pretty rare, that at least I don't come across so often, but I like it. And now I vaguely remember what the picture was now because this was like a while ago. And on top of that, I don't even know who that lady was for me to be looking it up, but I thought that the picture was just an adorable picture because it's like he was just like cuddling someone in a way that I just find really cute, which is like when someone comes from behind you and they sort of like hold you. I was looking for that and I'm like, that looks so adorable. It's something cute. I want to use it for when I post something or create a meme or some bullshit, you know? But why am I like that? Why am I going through some lady's profile trying to find this picture and now I didn't even have the intelligence to record who this lady was and now I'm back on square one. You know, it's just weird for me. So let me catch up with what you guys are saying before I keep going because I have a lot of stuff I just want to say. B617 says, yo, hi there. Ollie says, I feel attacked by that title. Well, embrace it, bro. Hey girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. What's funny about that is that as soon as I'm done here, I will fix myself a bowl of oatmeal because oatmeal is life. But Ollie, you're guilty, Cosmic. For real though, I use my real name precisely because I want to avoid even the appearance of creeping on people anonymously. Not about that life. Hey Zamri, and oh, Jeek has renamed himself. So I am going to call you the Ops Man. And he attaches $10. Thank you so much. The internet is a big toilet bowl. Yeah, there is so much shit out there, and it is so easy to waste time. Last night, I spent 2 hours looking at this one website that a colleague gave me for where she sells and buys clothes. And I'm like, you shouldn't do that to me because I have a serious leggings addiction and an addiction to sportswear. So that website will become my next cancer. But I was a good girl and I was like, we ain't got money for that. So I haven't fallen victim to anything, but Christmas is around the corner. So I can see myself doing some serious damage. But on top of that, because it is people selling their used or semi-used stuff, I think of it as um, like a thrift store kind of deal. And then that sent my mind into another deep, dark hole because now I am thinking, look at all the people who are getting rid of stuff, who are getting rid of their clothes and their shoes and everything. There is so much waste going on around, and I have always been aware of it, but to see it from that point of view is just increasingly interesting to me. And then all these thrift stores that get stuff donated to them, I donate stuff to thrift stores. So it's like we have so much waste. What are we going to do? We are such a consumeristic society, and it just doesn't seem like it's going to have an end. Because like Nike, Champion, and all these people, Pink, Victoria's Secret, whatever, they're always redesigning their stuff. They're always coming up with a new style and whatnot. So there's just so much waste. It's crazy. It's just crazy to me. The internet with okay, anonymity is an effective shield. Everyone is entitled to their privacy, of course, but everyone also deserves basic respect, and that includes online. For me, it's if I wouldn't say or treat you a certain way in real life, I'm not going to act like that online. So the only time I tried to have fun in a weird way in the internet was back when, I guess I can say 2008. MySpace was around, and there was like this group of people that would edit photos and do role playing, write their own fanfics and all that. I was a part of that, but it's like I always kept it cordial, respectful, kind, all that stuff. I looked at it as a collaboration as if they were my classmates, except that we are dwelling on things that we all enjoy, which is video games. It used to be Devil May Cry, Dragon Ball Z, and I admired people's talent when it comes to editing pictures because I could not edit to save my life. But people were coming up with such good designs, and I'll never forget someone edited Vegito with black and red clothes, and his hair was black. And then I took that, and everything that was black, I changed to blue. And I was like, this looks so much better because black and blue as a combination is, oh, absolutely lovely for me. And black and red. But I always wanted to see my favorite characters from anime just with different color schemes. So that gave me an opportunity to explore that as an artist that was still in development. But, anyways, it's just good to see the talent that people have. Cute. I am black and Irish, so I named myself Blairish. Oh, that's super. I've never seen that before. I can't say that I have seen that before. Blairish. I like that. Yeah, I like that too. It's pretty creative. Well, in case you have never known this before, my name is actually the first initial of my real name and then a car that I like, but it's not my ultimate favorite, which is the Camry. But it represents Toyota, so it's fair enough. It's always good to know the origin of people's names. And yeah, Ali, what's your name about? Do you want to share that story? No, just playing. So, are you the only person who's using like his real name? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Garuda, what's your name? What's your name about? Where is that from? What does that mean? Does it mean anything? We know what legends means, but what about you? What's the story behind your name? Share it or not. Don't feel compelled to. Let's see. What else have I done with weirdos on the internet? Oh, keeping pictures of people you don't know. Oh my god. So the this I was a recent perpetrator of, which was someone showed me a picture of someone that they okay, someone showed me a picture of someone that their friend knows, and then I was looking at it and I'm like, the guy that is in that picture, like another guy who is in that picture, looks so cute. And then I took that picture and I edited it and I did stuff to it, altered the appearance, and I'm like, this guy is actually like cute and handsome. I like this picture, so I'm gonna keep it. Anything that I see that I like, I keep it. So I'm like, why am I so weird? Why am I stalking someone's friend who I don't even know like that? Like it's weird. It's so weird. But that's why I created this topic because it's important for me to call myself out on it because it's very easy to look at this as I'm gonna talk trash about the people who do weird things on the internet and I'm trying to say that I'm completely innocent. But no, we're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. We're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. And that's one of the weirdest things that I have done. It's a name party. Garuda is my favorite video game character from Street Fighter. He is the manifestation of evil on Earth to punish Earth for their evil ways. I played Street Fighter and I don't remember a Garuda. Maybe I do, but I'm just not piecing it together at the moment. But then again, the only true exposure to Street Fighter that I had was like the arcade game that I played in the PlayStation, which was versus Capcom. So maybe Garuda wasn't there, but I don't have a face to attach to that Garuda character. So pardon my ignorance in that department. I have gone through a couple of internet names. I started just as Ollie J, then eventually I happened across the handle Magnac, which happened when a friend of mine mistyped the word manga. My original channel was Magna the Destroyer. I think it's still the URL. Oh, so that's what that's about. I meant to ask you about that a while ago, but I just forgot. I'm like, what the fuck is Magnetic Destroyer? Why does he call himself that? But anyways, okay, that's interesting. But I shortened it to Mag TD for games and stuff. It's pretty cool. Isn't it amazing how when you make a mistake, you make a typo, something completely new just comes out? Because to be honest with you, I think what triggered the idea for Zamri as my name was typing an X as opposed to a C, because aren't they really close together on the keyboard? And then I'm like, hey, that actually looks cool. Why haven't I thunk that? So, anyways, I just rolled with it. Another thing when it comes to weirdos on the internet is remembering someone's birthday after seeing it online. It's so awkward because, especially with older people, they go, "Oh, how did you know? I never told you that. I haven't announced that it's my birthday today. You're the first person to tell me happy birthday. How did you know?" And I'm like, so months ago, I just noticed your profile, your birthday, and once I see someone's birthday, I never forget it. So yeah, and I'm like, why? Why do I have to have such a good retention to where it compromises my my what is it, perception online? So, and I saw the B617 comment. I'm pretty sure that he was just trying to be like a complete troll based on the topic, but anyways, you have been policed by Ollie. Be nice. Anyways, I thought that I would just call that out. And Garuda totally laughed at it. Yeah, it is kind of funny when I think about it. Females who try picking up non single guys via message. Okay, it's time for a story. So, when I was a ninth grader and I was dating my first boyfriend, there was this girl who apparently didn't like me, or maybe she just doesn't like anybody in general, period. But I remember that she didn't like me because I was making it clear that I wasn't about her kind of life. She was the kind who liked to party and try to do illegal things such as underage drinking and stuff. So, so my boyfriend at the time was telling me that he got messaged by some girl and she was being very inappropriate. And I was like, okay, what's happening? He told me the name and I was like, oh, I recognize her. We have kind of a cold war at school, which is she bothers me, I ignore her, she keeps bothering me to get my attention. I ignore her even harder, but she doesn't want to like just give it up. So now she found out that we are dating and she found you, and now she's trying to bug you and see if you're the kind of guy who is going to be like, I'm completely going to betray my girlfriend just to be out with you. And then I told him, I don't care about her, I care about you. What are you going to do? And he said, well, of course, I'm not going to fucking downgrade to her, especially when we have been together for like a year now. So I said, you know what? That's good. I'm glad that you told me. So I just left it all up to him. But I have noticed that behavior persists way into my adult years. And it's not that there's someone who's messaging someone who I'm seeing and they're doing the same thing. No, it's just that there's people, say at my job, who tell me stories about how they found out that they had been cheated on because it was happening online via messages. And I'm like, okay, just because something may not have happened physically doesn't mean that the cheating is not there. Because you can still cheat by non physical means. Like, I feel like the definition of cheating varies from person to person, but to me, pretty much, if you go and involve someone into your private life and it's someone who is not authorized, as in, say, a parent or the person you are with, then I would consider that cheating because a couple consists of two people, not three. So it's just crazy to me that there are people out there who know that they just want to bother someone and they go after the person they're involved with, and we have adults as acting like they're adolescents, and I'm like, just mind your own business. There's so much stuff to do for you to invest your time in and be a better influence. But no, you decide to do something so childish, you know? So I lose respect for anyone who does that. Sorry, wasn't sure you wanted to show that or not. Still new to this. It's okay. It's okay. My bad. LOL. Couldn't tell whether you were being ironic. Yeah, I genuinely think he was just being ironic about it. But yeah, the reason I have Ollie as a what is your role? Moderator is because I'm just tired of the people who send me a lot of spam. So anything that's spamish or clearly like a bot during the streams or in the rest of my videos, he's sort of helping me clean that up as he goes. And it really makes it better for everyone else who is genuine in the channel to have a better experience when interacting with me, because sometimes I have to sort through that and I'm like, ugh, it's so much junk, so much clutter. So he doesn't mean any harm. Don't be intimidated by his little whatever tool that is that's next to his name in the blue. It's just he is just cleaning up. Uh, Posting every day about your damn coffee, for example. To me, that is a strange behavior because when I had a film camera, I would never take pictures of my food, never take pictures in excess of my pet, and just the random things that we take pictures of because it's digital and you pretty much have an infinite film. Like Facebook to me, the only reason I have it is just a massive photo album. But usually I don't post anything. I don't usually repost anything unless it's particularly outstanding, hilarious or special or just positive. So it's just strange that because of social networks, internet, digital cameras, we have all this clutter of just information junk and the pictures that are just random and crazy. So it's weird. The only time that I find posting photos of food as what is it, productive and useful is when you say, "Hey, I tried I don't know, a cappuccino today and it was really good. You guys should try it." And the blend that I asked on mine was, I don't know, more milk, more sugar, less sugar, stuff like that. Basically, culinary ideas. But to just be like, getting my morning fuel, this and that, and you post that every day, it just creates a massive clutter. It's your account, it's your profile. You can do whatever the hell you want, but it's not the kind of information that I would like to see. I like to when I'm online, I like to be learning something. I like to be catching up about something. So to just see the clutter of pictures of food, it just gets crazy. I tweeted a photo of this one salad that I put together the other day that I had never done before. So I said, for the sake of memory and experience, let me just go ahead and post about it. But it's not, it's something that I seldom do. So I don't know, just because that's my perception of what is productive to post about and what isn't doesn't make it a bad thing. It's just that online there is content I would rather see. How about that? Let's see. Coffee makes me sleepy after 2 hours. Well, coffee has absolutely zero effect on me, for I don't drink that mud. But while you talk about it, Garuda, tell me, how do you like your coffee? If you say black, I'm going to quote somebody and be like, you lack a soul. Because that's just too god awful. It just is. It just is. I actually don't mind when my friends post about their food or coffee. I like to know they're having a good day. Huh, I guess I can look at it that way. And if all you have to say is what you're drinking, you're probably not having a bad one. Drink and food pictures are so boring. I like food porn and watch people drink and eat, so basically, I am a weirdo. Well, yeah, because aren't you the one who keeps requesting I make more food videos? Coming soon. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, the stuff about leaving mean comments in anonymity, that's just not very impressive. I made a note of that. I like my coffee with three, I guess you mean teaspoons of sugar and two milk. Okay. The one thing that I am going to try is the chocolate mocha. That is a spoiler for a future video because I have faith and hope that I can come up with just the perfect combination of ingredients to make coffee drinkable for me. I don't want to give up on it just yet, but anyways, I only drink coffee with milk and, well, maybe not sugar, probably xylitol or some sort of sweetener. Hmm, sounds fair. Embracing this as the new entertainment. That to me is a weird aspect of the internet. And the reason for that is because, at least when I was growing up, my forms of entertainment was anything that has a ball on it, which is like volleyball, basketball, just sports. Let's summarize it with the word sports, which not all sports have like an object, but anyways. And what can I say? It's not weird entirely because I always enjoyed parodies in the earlier days of YouTube. Like people would take scenes from a video game and do voiceover on them, and I would think that was entertaining and hilarious. And sometimes I would think, you know what? Why isn't that the original dialogue? Like channels like Lord Quadros, TFS, they do a good job about that stuff. They have some good abridged stuff going on. So that as a form of entertainment is great. You're taking an already existing work of art, I guess, and you're evolving it. But to look at someone, look into their lives, they film everything that they do, and you find that entertaining. That when I was a kid, I wasn't fascinated by. Sometimes movies that you purchased in DVD would have a second CD attached to it, and it would consist of interviews. I never ever in my life watched those. But when I got older and I started having conversations with people about movies, how they're put together, director this, director that. I am finally learning some director names. I never knew that before. And I never sat through an interview of anything. But nowadays, if I'm really anticipating a movie, I may watch an interview and be like, ooh, I can't wait to hear what's in store. What can I expect? What are they working on? And whatnot. But now to actually have people just film the random stuff they do in their day, and for me to watch it and find it amusing is kind of weird for me. It's not something I associated with entertainment. Video games were another form of entertainment for me. Like coloring books when I was really, really, really little. That was another form of entertainment. So it's crazy how we have implemented stuff that didn't exist before and we discovered that it's fascinating, and now people make a business out of it. You have these big YouTube channels who make a living off posting about what they're doing in their regular lives. So, it's, I guess everyone has their uniqueness and their personality. Someone out there will find it like suitable, funny, entertaining. I never thought that I would have more than like maybe 10 people watch me, but there's a good number of you who watch what I do, and I'm like, why? To me, what I do is not awesome, but some of you guys think it is. So, um, it's just interesting that we get to explore that aspect of being a person and human psychology that we didn't even know about. So it's just cool to see that there's more to life than what we have discovered yet. And then also, while we're on this topic, can online entertainment, online interactions, communications, networking, can those surpass the experience of actually knowing people? Because let's face it, we all know someone who we have become close to that we have never even met in person before. So, for the folks out there who are shy, like me, is this a way to surpass the thing that hinders me of socializing with people in person? And for me, of course, it's better when you know the person in person. You can see them, you can talk to them, you can pick them up, do things with them. But when it comes to breaking the ice and approaching someone, I think this is an effective method because not all of us are good with words that are spoken. Sometimes I can write a letter better than I can vocalize it to someone. Sometimes I can put ideas better in written form or in a. Sometimes when I say something here on the channel, I take an idea to my job and I do a better job at my job. And that had nothing to do with me being at my job. It had to happen outside my job. But at the same time, I had to talk to people somehow. But I wasn't comfortable with the people who I actually knew to bring this up. So what do you guys think on that one? Do you think that it's not even about surpassing the experience, but reinforcing it? Or can it surpass the experience of personal interactions? Or just what do you think on that one? Because I honestly am not sure. Sometimes I feel like for the folks who are shy, it makes the situation worse because you become too comfortable with the fact that you don't have to deal with people in person, but then you are not developing those interpersonal skills as effectively. Because the way that I speak when I'm sitting here, I am way more put together than when I am talking to someone in person, like right across from me. Sometimes going on the fly, having the stress of someone is immediately waiting for my response, it adds a weird stress to me that hinders me from speaking. But is that the result of me handling like 85% of my interactions online or what? Just let's explore that one. And then when you don't talk to people but have online interactions, it's sometimes I go days without physically speaking, that when I speak for the first time, actually produce sound with my vocal cords, I'm like, oh, I need to speak more often because, your vocal cords are their own little set of muscles. You have to exercise it because they become weak or something. It's strange stuff. Let's see. I think someone posted something and I've been rambling. I like your food videos though. Well, they shall continue. I only drink coffee with milk. Okay, I have already read it. Douglas Adams once wrote, everything in the world when you're born is normal and ordinary. Anything that happens in your teens, 20s is new and exciting, and you might get a career in it. Everything that comes into being after you're 35 against the natural order of things. I kind of think it's the same for entertainment. We're always going to have a bias for what we experienced in our formative years. That's true because honestly, the whole reason I started this channel even was to talk about games. I had so many memories attached to my PS2 games that I said I want to talk about it. But because I liked journaling, that got in the way and I stopped writing. So then I started making this channel be the replacement of my journal. So, some crazy stuff. And of course, like you just mentioned, this got turned into a business. So if it's helping someone out there who wouldn't have found success in any other way, then I would say just embrace it and roll with it. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's an ideal job, but at the same time, because this is becoming a very popular way for people to make a living, does that mean that eventually we as a species are going to become less productive? What defines productivity? It can have varying interpretations, but I don't think that realistically life for humans is sustainable if everyone just became a social media star. See what I mean? So But anyways, I feel like there's enough people who are always going to find that more exciting to be physically building something and doing something. So it's not like our industries are going to go extinct, but it doesn't hurt to think about that. There's an odd kind of safety in online interaction, the way you describe. As you well know, I can be much more talkative online than in person because the media pressure isn't there. That's true. I guess for me, it's if it's a topic that I have already thought about before in depth, I don't have trouble vocalizing it. But if I am not prepared to be having an extensive online interaction, then it can become challenging. But yeah, I can text my life away, I can email my life away, I can message my life away. But when it comes to making that first step, approaching someone, why am I so bad at it? I can always message or text or email someone first. But I do not have it in me to go up to someone and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" This and that. I just can't. I don't know why. But anyways, I can only just try to be better than I was yesterday. And I have definitely come a long way compared to I was in my younger years. So that's stuff to be proud of. All right, guys, I am going to conclude my rambling here for that's really all the notes that I have. And I pretty much put everything that I meant to put out there anyway. So thank you guys for joining me and for sharing your thoughts and whatnot. Anyone who watches the stream later, feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you have to say on this one because I think it's interesting. And even share some of your experiences if you are a weirdo out there. Or maybe we all are universally weirdos. So, anyway, doesn't matter. Just talk to me. All right, guys. I'll see you soon.